Hello everyone, I represent All Abams Questions, and today I want to show us how we can create a DIY ruched Bubu gown with snatch waists, and it's going to be a step-by-step tutorial and it is beginner friendly. So if that's what you want to learn, just grab your supplies and let's get started. For this look, you will be needing 3.5 to 4 yards of silky or chiffon fabric. You'll also be needing a tailor's chalk, which is this. You will be needing your scissors, tape rule, ruler, and your matching thread. Then you'll be needing your sewing machine and your pins. Here, as you can see, I have folded my fabric into 4. I didn't cut it, but you will notice that there are some lines here. This was how it came. You know, it's not something you will open from the nylon before buying, so I didn't really know, but I'll make sure that this is at the back and it will be hidden. So I have folded it into 4. I first folded into 2 along the yardage, and then I folded into 4. Let me demonstrate what I'm saying on the paper like I normally do. Let's assume that this is my yardage. I'll measure my length plus 2 inches seam allowance here. So let's assume from here to here is my length. So I will fold it over because I'm measuring 2. I will fold it over like this, so that means this place is going to be my length, my gown length, and my seam allowance. And after folding it into 2 to get my gown length, I will now fold into 2 again. So that means altogether I will have 4 folds. Look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4. The open sides are here, and we have closed sides facing me here, and we have another set of closed sides which will serve as our shoulder line. As you have seen, I have 4 folds. The reason why I'm not opening it is because I've already ironed it, so I don't really want to tamper with it. So once you just get your fabric, measure your length plus your sewing allowance twice, and then you fold it into 2 first, then you fold into 2 again to give you 4 folds. So altogether, as you can see, these are the closed sides and these are the open sides. I have 4 folds, 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason why I said you'll be needing your pins is this material is quite slippery, and for this kind of style, I think doing it with a silky fabric or a chiffon fabric will really help with the flow. I'll be measuring my center back to my desired sleeve length. Let's put elastic here. I think it will be fine to put elastic. Let's use elastic. So let's kukuma use everything here. So I think we have 26 inches here. Then for the sleeve wideness, I'm going to be using 20 inches. So from the shoulder, I measured, you can measure 18, you can measure 20. Let's do 20 inches. Then I will come in by around, let me come in by around 3 to 4 inches. That 4 inches will just be fine for me. So from just 20 inches, we came in by 4 inches, and I will take that 4 inches down to the end. So let's take this 4 inches down. I don't want it to just be straight, so I will just give it a shape like this. So that's where I'm going to be cutting it to the end. So let's work on the upper part. So I'll come down here by the side by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'll connect from my shoulder slope to my neck width. Mind you, my neck width is 3.5. I've cut out the shoulder slope, and I measured 20 inches here, then I removed 1 for the shoulder slope, so that at the end of the day, I'll just have the gathered elastic here. So it's remaining for me to cut out the neck. It's a very simple tutorial. If not for the explanation, it's something you can do in less than 30 minutes, 1 hour. So for my neckline, I'm going to be doing 3.5 inches width. You know, the 4 folds I have is for both back and front. So I'm going to be doing 3.5 inches width, and for the back, I will do 1 or 1.5. Let's do 1 inch for the back. Then for the front, I want it to have a V-neck line. So I'm going to be doing 7 inches for the V-neck line. And you can see that my V, I didn't allow it to be too straight. And first, please don't make that mistake of cutting them together. So this is my back, which is 3.5 inches by 1 inches wide. So after cutting the back, I'll remove the back, then I will be left with the front neckline. So let's remove the pins. I'll remove all the pins. This is my front V neckline. You can see that it's not really shallow V. I curved it at a point, and here is my back neckline. I will try and make use of bias because I don't even think I have extra material. I used all my material. Yeah, so for the snatched waist, I will still come back to explain to you. But as you can see, I make sure that there is a crease at the front. There are two different ways in which you can achieve the ruched effect. You can make use of elastic for your ruched effect, and you can make use of rope. And as you can see, I formed the crease. So let's go and do the bias, and I'll come back to explain the elastic ruched effect to you. Here we are. Look at my bias and see how neat it is. I've gone ahead to attach my bias. I top stitched, and I think if you want me to show you extensively how I did the bias, I can actually make a tutorial on it. So, but our major concern here now is the front. Then I have hemmed it at the sleeve. This is where I'm going to be adding the elastic. Then I have hemmed it at the bottom part. That's our hem. So you know I've ironed before. I still make sure that that crease is shown. If you like, you can see the crease is shown. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. I'll now measure whatever I have from the center to the hem of my cloth. So from center to hem, I have about 58 inches. 58 divided by 2 should give me around 29 inches. So ideally, I'm supposed to make the elastic, maybe I can make it 29, but I'm feeling will it not go up too much. So instead of having it at 29, I'm going to be cutting out 35 inches. I can see my crease line, so I'll place the elastic immediately after the neckline, and I will stretch it down to the hem. You know my elastic is way small. You make sure that the back is completely separated from the front, and I will follow the crease line to draw the elastic. I will start drawing now. You know I'm yet to join the back and front together, just to make it easier for me. I'm following the crease line, and I'll be drawing until I get to. So that's how I'm going to do it. I think this elastic is much it's very stretchy. I'm still following the crease line. Look at it. This is the ruched effect that it's giving us. I didn't really stretch it much here. Look at it. So I think that 35 or 32 will just be perfect. So we're as good as done. The next thing for me to do, I'm going to be leaving the space where I'll be adding the elastic at the sleeve. You know, this one has elastic at the sleeve, so I'm just going to join at the side. I'll come back to finish it later. So that's how I'm going to join it at the side until I'm done. So let's do this. I'm very sorry. My camera stopped while I was recording that part where I added the elastic to the sleeve, and I didn't realize it until editing time. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to show us how to add the snatched effect at the waist. Actually, I'm supposed to have measured this my snatched effect before adding the elastic band, but I actually forgot. So what I did here was to measure from my shoulder to my waist. In my own case, it is 17 inches. So after doing that, I measured on the other side too. I put a mark on each of the sides. Then I will now divide my waist by 4. You know, we are only talking about the front side here. And the front side, we carry half of the waist. So I divided my waist by 4 to give me 9.5. So from the center of my from the center front, I will measure my waist divided by 4 and put a mark on that my waistline, and I'll measure it to the other side as well and put a mark there. So I've gone ahead to sew my rope from the small pieces I have left from the side. There's no hard and fast rule as to how long or how wide your rope should be. Just do what is convenient for you. So I will place my rope to where I earlier put a mark. I'll tilt it towards the center and sew it. Then I'll turn it to the other side and reinforce. So what I did here, I'll do on the other side and come back to show you the outcome. And here comes the final outlook of our snatched Bubu dress. Look at how beautiful. See the elastic effect. Isn't it beautiful? Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.